in the ICU. With all due respect, I find that deplorable to blame a victim who ends up being hospitalized.
The governor's news conference comes as Florida hits a new high for COVID patients in the hospital. The U.S. Department of Health and Human Services says there are more than 11,500 COVID patients in Florida hospitals right now. That's up from Sunday's high of 10,207.
Obviously, media does hysteria. You try to fearmonger. You try to do this stuff. And when they'll talk about hospitalizations, our hospitals are open for business. Like I said, Jackson, the COVID patients are half of what they were last year.
That's true, but the numbers are rising. Jackson reported a COVID high of 485 patients in July of last year, compared to 244 now, up from 200 last week. At Baptist, they had a COVID high last July of 831. Right now, they're at 736. That's up 100% from 2 weeks ago.
We are definitely seeing a massive surge of COVID patients. This is the largest surge that we've seen in Florida.
Dr. Aaron Sorelli is the chief of critical care at Memorial. He says this could be the biggest surge yet. He tells us Memorial had a COVID high in July of 2020 of 673. Now there are 525 COVID patients, up from 300 2 weeks ago, and the patients are getting younger, some in their 20s.
We're seeing some of those patients deteriorate and become critically ill and get to our intensive care unit. Unfortunately, we're seeing some of those young patients die too in our ICUs.
The governor saying the death rate is much lower than last year, mainly because of the massive push to get the elderly vaccinated early.
At the end of the day, would I rather have 5,000 cases amongst 20-year-olds or 500 cases amongst seniors? I would rather have the younger because of the effect that it has.
And today the governor also doubling down on his plan to keep Florida open.